Illinois may finally be on the path to fulfilling pledges of equity in the cannabis market, and that could mean more places to purchase pot. Amanda Venicky joins us now with more. Amanda, what's changing?
Brenda, you used the word finally, and that is the appropriate word. Marijuana has, after all, been legal for adults in Illinois since January of 2020. But this whole time, the only places that have been legally selling cannabis have been connected to licenses issued years ago when only medical marijuana was legal. Now, that is, as you said, on the path to changing, which means if all goes as planned, Illinois will gain 185 more pot shops. Because in a couple of weeks, Illinois will hold a lottery to decide which applicants will be the first to win coveted dispensary licenses under the law that legalized marijuana here. There will be 2 more lotteries later this summer.
As far as I'm concerned, we want to make sure that they go as smoothly as possible. And so we've been working every day since this bill was passed, really, to try to set up the proper lotteries so that we get the results that, we're all expecting.
Illinois was supposed to have awarded its first dispensary licenses under the legalization law last May, but instead it has been stalled. Lawsuits, questions about how the applications were judged, that is, and frustrations that the law did not live up to Pritzker's social equity pledge. Akil Purnell, he is CEO of the Chicago-based cannabis company 11th Level Inc. And he says to him, social equity means giving people harmed by the war on drugs what they need to flourish.
That includes sort of balancing any imbalances in access to resources and things that are the result of something like systemic racism or, inequalities in our economy. And so social equity program is meant to sort of level the playing field, but then also account for, that historical inequity and give people what they need in order to compete fairly in the marketplace.
And to that end, Purnell got some great news today. His team's application did win for a craft growing license.
Super excited. I mean, it's like the culmination of like months, years of hard work at this point. We had a small team, bootstrap, social equity, all that stuff. And so we're really excited.
Now, those craft growing licenses also were supposed to have been awarded a year ago, but he says in the long run, it would have worked out because it would have been a nightmare to try to get business up and running during the pandemic. He says his team did win under social equity criteria. Now, it doesn't actually have the state license yet. There still has to complete paperwork and such. But if all goes as expected, he expects in about 5 months to have a cultivation facility up and running in Rockford, where they'll be growing plants that could be sold as smokable flower, joints, and infused products, like you see with the industrial scale operations Illinois has had thus far. But it'll be smaller than what you see on screen.
That's sort of like craft beer. Do you want you want craft beer or do you want a Bud Light or something like that? And so it's the same thing with cannabis.
More than 200 provisional licenses awarded today. And according to the Pritzker administration, 67% of those craft, transport, and infusing cannabis licenses did go to applicants who of color. Edie Moore is with the Chicago chapter of the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws. And she sees this fix as success.
I believe that this is a fix, but I don't think the fixes are going to stop. There's always going to be somebody who's going to try to game the system.
But Deborah Dillon says she still doesn't know if her applications for a dispensary license scored high enough that they'll even get to that lottery stage. This even as the lotteries, again, are just starting weeks away. She says what the new law is too little, too late.
It may help a handful of social equity applicants who decide to really try to grow a business, have generational wealth, as opposed to those who are going to get the conditional license or maybe pay for the actual license itself and then sell it. That's my concern, that's going to be too real of a temptation for too many people who have just waited way too long for this to unfold.
She also is suspicious of the lottery process, by the way, that will be held electronically by the state agency that does the lottery for, the real lottery, but she is concerned that that will be done in private. And she says she hopes she's wrong, but she fears that politics is still going to play a role.
Well, I think that the majority of people who have participated in this long, drawn out process, including myself, are going to be pretty disappointed.
Edie Moore, meanwhile, is looking to the future. She says she wants to continue to normalize conversations about cannabis and also supporting those who do win licenses.
The second next step is to try to help these businesses stand themselves up, right? So whatever we can do to help the state, to help the municipalities where they want to locate, whatever we can do to help them get access to capital, access to properties, access to education and staffing. We need to make sure that they are positioned for success.
Now, the law that Pritzker signed today does establish that lottery process, aiming again to elevate those social equity applicants, but it makes other changes too, including those that will benefit medical marijuana patients who thus far had to register and only buy cannabis at one single dispensary. Now they will be able to buy medical marijuana from any medical marijuana pot shop. Brandis, back to you.
Amanda, thank you. A lot going on there.